This morning we begin a 4-part series on improving health care for you and your family with a look at a very important resource you might not have thought about before, your pharmacist. Having the right pharmacist as part of your healthcare team is essential. And here to explain is Dr. Roger Accardi from Good Neighbor Pharmacy, which operates a network of more than 3,000 locally owned community pharmacies. Welcome, Roger.
Hi, nice to meet you, Julie.
You know, what are some of the benefits of using a locally owned and operated pharmacy?
Well, one of the first things I think you might experience as a patient in an independent pharmacy, in contrast to the traditional box store pharmacy, if you will,
Right.
is the absence of apathy. Your comfort zone will be expanded almost immediately. You are valued as an individual. They will learn your name, they'll remember your name, and you'll remember his or hers. And so the interplay between you and the practitioner, the pharmacist, is enhanced, and it's a freer exchange of information. And subsequently, he's in a better place or she's in a better place to give you appropriate information about your medications.
It's that feel-good feeling of knowing somebody you're talking to. What are some of the important things to look for in a pharmacist?
That accessibility I think it is important with any healthcare practitioner that's part of your team that you feel comfortable, that you don't feel necessarily guarded, and you don't feel as if you're simply a number. What I see with Good Neighbor Pharmacies is that's not the case.
Yeah.
Traditional pharmacy practices, the whole program is predicated on the prescription itself. In the independent pharmacy, that's not necessarily the case. Rather, being prescription-oriented, they are patient-focused. So you become the center of the practice, not the piece of paper in your hand.
Yeah, sometimes you don't feel that way when you go in. And I would imagine that's important not just for prescriptions, but for over-the-counter medications as well. You could talk to them about it.
Yeah, indeed. The over-the-counter medications, if put into the prescription department at a stronger dose, become prescription drugs. The same medication as in the case of, say, ibuprofen. So the interplay, the integration of what those over-the-counter items that you're using may in fact influence the outcomes with the medicines you're using now.
What other additional services do you offer?
We do what's called disease state management, where we don't assume the role exclusively of being a vendor of drugs, but rather a purveyor of information. Now, you could have 3 prescriptions written by your physician, and they all read twice a day. In the chain practice, oftentimes, that's how it's written. 1 tablet twice a day, 1 tablet twice a day, 1 tablet twice a day. However, they may differ in outcomes unless they are specified specifically when to take it. Do you take it with food, without food? Do you take it before meals? You take it several hours before the meal, several hours before bedtime? How, in fact, do you use those medications? Every drug poses a risk-benefit ratio. The intent of this interplay is to reduce that risk, is to improve the batting average of those medications so you're as safe, you and your family, as then can possibly be.
You know, when you think about it, you see your pharmacist so much more than you see your doctor. Why wouldn't you want to have that great relationship?
Excellent point. Because I think in many cases, the perception of the pharmacist is that he's unattainable.
Right.
That
he's
in
the back, I can't talk to him.
He's insulated behind X number of walls, and maybe you see the top of his head. In the independent practice, you don't see that. They promote intimacy, so the pharmacist, proximity-wise, is going to get closer to you. You're the focus of my practice, then you stand above everything. And there are times, in fact, that we will contact your physician and maybe suggest that that prescription not be filled, because the key piece, the target, is to maximize and optimize your quality of life.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Great information and great having you here today.
Sure. Remember one thing, it's not necessarily just the prescription itself being correct. It's the information around that prescription that really will define its outcome.
Good point, Roger. All right, and if you'd like more information, we want you to log on to thebalancingact.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. As always, we love hearing from you.